Director General of the LASEMA, Dr. Osanyintolu, to give us an update on what happened at the market, the Idumota market, that fire incident. What's the situation now? Dr. Osanyintolu, are you there?
Collapsed, and however, found a solid material testing on the other two. But my team are on the ground. All the key first responders are on the ground since yesterday.
Oh, okay, so can you just take us back? We missed that first part of what you were saying about the situation. What happened? Do we have an idea what caused the fire? How many buildings have been affected? Are there any casualties?
Well, from the information that was gathered yesterday, it was due to the upsurge of electricity, and that is what leads to the incident. However, it affected 4 buildings. Out of these 4 buildings, 2 collapsed due to the impact of the Inferno. 2 are on distress now. So totally it affected 4 buildings. The 2 that are in distress, we are going to carry out material testing to ascertain that they are fit. And if they are not fit, we are going to pull them to ground zero to ensure that there is no secondary disaster and to ensure safety in that area.
How quickly would you say the responders were on site? Because yesterday, when this fire broke out, immediately, I think some people already put it on social media, and we saw that it was just 1 building that was affected, and we saw people trying to put out the fire, and some people were even saying, oh, look, because oftentimes when first responders come, one of the things they say is, oh, if one of the traders had fire extinguisher. But by the time that 1 building was ablaze, one of the things people were saying was a fire extinguisher obviously cannot do very much here. So how quickly would you say that the first responders got to site?
Okay, the good thing is that the incident occurred around 7:01 a.m. and within 10 minutes, with all the first responders were on the ground. Now, you will look at it holistically that the response time is about 10 minutes. However, if you look at the impacts of the Inferno, there are a lot of factors, both intrinsic and extrinsic factors that will be associated with that kind of disaster.
So are you saying that the buildings, all 4 of them caught fire at once, or was it from one building to the other?
You see, now, when you look at the intrinsic factor, if you look at the contents of the building, they are highly inflammable substances or materials that they put into that place. So you will discover that all the safety precautions are not put in there. And you can see that there is easy spread of this Inferno from one building to another. In emergency circle, we call it skipping of fire. But however, because of the aggressiveness of the emergency responders, we quickly localize it at a point.
So if I get you correctly, this fire started in one building at about 7 in the morning. Your responders were there in 10 minutes, but by that time it had already spread to 4 buildings. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, it's keeping because of the storage, because of the material they used to build the buildings. So, and because of what they store, they did not put what we call insulator in the building. You can see that there's easy spread of fire from one building to another.
Okay. So looking at where we're currently at, I mean, this is not the first market fire that we're recording this year, sadly and unfortunately. I'm just wondering whether, awareness is increasing amongst traders, especially in market situations. In Lagos State, it's not only Lagos that has this problem. I mean, a lot of states also have the problem. Here in Abuja, we've also seen recently a market fire in Wuse, and part of what we're told is that the materials in the shops too contributed to it being so big. But I'm just wondering, considering how frequently this is happening in Lagos, yes, the first responders are doing their best, but would you say that there is a growing awareness of safety and, safety procedures with regards to storage of materials and what needs to be done to prevent a fire and what should happen in the event that one happens?
Okay, let's look at the lacuna now. The lacuna is straight that this government is doing their bit under the watch of Mr. Babajide Olusola. All the agencies, the safety commissions, the local emergency management committee, the fire services are doing their bit. They are kind of sensitization. People are seeing what is happening. But you see, the point is that the people are not keying into it. That, the disaster won't happen. That is the lacuna. That is the gap. People need to change their attitude. People need to change their orientation. The government cannot do it alone. In as much that we are putting a lot of things in place, the people have to abide with the rules and regulations.
What precisely would you like to see the people change? What attitude bothers you the most as DG of LASEMA that you'd like to see the people change?
In each of the market, there must be easy accessibilities of the first responders of our fire trucks. They should ensure that their markets are well positioned. Not only that, when you are using inflammable substances or materials, you should build in your shops in so that there are blankets that are insulators that will prevent it from spreading from one place to another. And you see that some of them, despite all their enlightenment, some of them still store diesel inside their shops. Some of them still put generators inside their shops. So these are the things that will militate the effectiveness and efficiency of putting out the combustible materials.
All right, Dr. Osanyintolu, I want to thank you so much for coming in this morning and giving us an update on what's happened yesterday and what needs to be done going forward. Dr. Osanyintolu is the Director General of the Lagos State Emergency Management Agency. Thank you once again.
Thank you.
All right, Sunrise Daily, we'll be back in a moment to get into our conversation. The news broke yesterday that the CBN tidied up all matters around backlogs of foreign exchange demands or that had not been taken care of or requests. We'll look into that in a moment. Do stay with us.